Third round day, local derby. This is what English football's all about, isn't it?
That's what people want, and that's what we want as well. We have, of course, it's beginning of January always after a heavy schedule in the Premiership. You want to keep your focus and get into that competition with full power. And what we haven't drawn a small team, so we are warned that that will just be another top-level game. And that's the advantage of having a big opponent, is that your team is focused naturally.
What's your assessment of Tottenham this season? They've had a change in manager, but they've coming here on the back of a grand scoreline at Manchester.
Yeah, they just made a good result at Manchester, and so their confidence is certainly up. And therefore you have two teams who play with full confidence and full desire to go through. Should be a very, very exciting tie.
In terms of team news, what can you tell us in comparison?
What I can tell you is from the last game we lost, of course, Nicklas Bendtner. We don't know how serious his injury is at the moment because he has a scan yesterday, and he will be assessed today, his scan. And for the rest, Giroud's ankle was quite positive yesterday in the test, but he was sick overnight, so there's a 90% chance to be out. He's in bed today. And Ozil will have a test later. I think personally he will be short, but we'll see.
And Gibbs and Ramsey out.
Gibbs and Ramsey are definitely out.
A word on Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who's very close to coming back. There's good news there.
He's close to come back in full training, and next week.
So it's close to full training, so it'll be a couple of weeks till he's about.
It'll be it takes a little time to be competitive again, yes.
Arsene, hello. How frustrating is it for you that Nicklas Bendtner has got injured? I mean, he came on, did a fantastic job for you, got that crucial goal, and then in doing so he's injured.
It is frustrating, but you have to live with that, and it is disappointing even more for him, because he did go through a tough time, and he continued persistent in his attitude to work hard, and he just recently found back his real level, and to be out straight away again, I hope it will not be for a long time.
Does his injury change perhaps your thoughts on the transfer window, though?
Depends how long he will be out for.
You told us earlier this week that if something special comes along, we won't turn it down. Would you consider Dimitar Berbatov as something special?
I don't want to go into any speculation on any specific name, because that would not help where the player plays at the moment, and would be disrespectful to the club where the players play. You know, at the moment we are just considering our options, and I must confess they are quite restricted.
So when Sonogo posted on his social media website welcoming Berbatov, he was being a bit premature, was he?
Very premature.
And the fact that Dimitar once played for Tottenham wouldn't put you off in any way in terms of bringing, if he was the person?
Look, it's not a name that we have considered at the moment. You know, we have not even been out on the transfer market. We haven't contacted anybody. We're just analyzing the situation with, of course, being very, very cautious, and until we are well informed about Bendtner, well informed about Sanogo as well, because he's back in training now, we'll make a decision after that.
Would you consider rotating the squad because it's the FA Cup and not the Premier League?
I consider just it's our next game, and you want to win the next game. We are at Arsenal Football Club, and we just want to win the next game. That is vital for us, and I would only rest the players who are on the fringe of injuries or very, very tired, but that will be very restricted to very minimal number of players.
Because it's Tottenham, or you'd have done it, you would have played a strong side anyway?
I would always adapt the team to see if we have a good chance to win the game. You know, in this case, I consider it a top-level Premier League game. That means I have to play a team with a chance to win a top-level Premier League game.
The issue of diving has come up again. FIFA and Sepp Blatter saying sin bins for divers. Others say video technology to determine simulation. Do you have any views on that at all, Arsene?
You want to get the diving out of the game. The best way to get it out of the game is certainly to suspend the players after they have obviously been diving.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Steve?
Arsene, Paul Lambert today has come out with the view that he says the FA Cup is not really worth playing for, as it were. What is your view on that? Because obviously you've got a lot of commitments, haven't you?
No, I don't believe that at all. We have not won trophies for a long time. It's an opportunity that we want to take, that we consider. On top of that, we have after 9 days before the next Premier League game, we can give absolutely everything in this game.
Is it as important though as it was when you first started 16 years ago?
Yes, it is. I had the luck to win 4 FA Cups. That means I put always the effort in, and I'm very keen to do it again. And it's a long time now. Honestly, I still have in my mind the fact that he went out last year at home against Blackburn. That is was not good enough for us, and we have to make sure we put absolutely the effort in to have a good chance to go through.
And what Tim Sherwood has done at Tottenham in the last 3 or 4 weeks, has that astonished you, given what went on before when Spurs were losing quite?
No, first of all, Spurs has lost one big game against Liverpool, and but if you look at overall record since the start of the season, it is not a bad record at all, and so I am not surprised that Tottenham can win football games, and they won at Man United. But Man United this season, even if I think Tottenham has played very well, but Man United at home is a bit more vulnerable this season, and they took well advantage of that because they played at a good pace going forward.
Did you notice a difference in the way they're playing?
Yes, they are more adventurous, more. They took a gamble, Sherwood, that paid off at the moment,
Arsene, you said your options were quite restricted in the transfer market. In what way?
In the way that the players available who can strengthen our squad are not on the road, They are all under contract, and some of the clubs, most of the clubs are in competitions where they need their best players.
Are you wary of perhaps seeking a short-term fix, thinking that maybe in the summer, when the market's more open, you might...
I don't rule anything out, but first I have to assess well with our internal situation, with the injuries, with the players coming back.
Will it literally be a case of, if Bender's scan is bad, that would force your hand, do you think?
It's one of the reasons, not the only one.
And just on Tottenham, how do you think the rivalry with Tottenham has changed, if it has at all, over the years?
It hasn't changed.
Is it still a game that motivates you?
Look, every year in the press conference I answer the questions about Tottenham, especially last year being in front of us. It's always a rivalry, and it's always a fight to get in front of Tottenham, because they are a team who has always big potential, and the rivalry is 100% there. I'm long enough at the club to know that it is a special meaning here.
Just finally, I mean, do you sense sort of the anticipation among the players for this kind of game?
Yeah, the players, honestly, my players are highly focused on this game, and they are determined to win every single game they play, and the attitude has absolutely been fantastic since the start of the season, and we will be like that tomorrow.
Arsene, do you think the influx of foreign players understand what the English FA Cup is all about?
Yes, I wouldn't say that it has exactly the same meaning for an English player who grew up here but the cup is a special meaning for everybody. You know, everybody wants in our game. Everybody wants to win big competitions, and the FA Cup is a big competition.
There's been some suggestions this morning that Mark Clattenburg might be pulled off the match tomorrow because of the alleged incident at Southampton. Would you be disappointed for that to happen, or do you think it's if there's any?
I would be disappointed if Mark Clattenburg is not the referee tomorrow, because as long as you're not guilty, you're innocent, and not judged guilty, you're innocent. Nobody has proven yet that of what he's accused of, he's guilty. So I would be a very bad decision. I personally have no problem with Mark Clattenburg refereeing the game tomorrow.
Just one more general one. Former FA Chairman Dave Bernstein, when he got his New Year's honours, he was talking about how he viewed the game. He felt that Premier League managers now set a bad example on the touchline with the way they approach the fourth official, and debate every decision. Do you go along with that? Or?
I go along with that, and I have some work to do on myself as well.
Okay, last couple.
Arsene, Tottenham seem to be playing quite a standard 4-4-2 at the moment under Tim Sherwood, which is unusual. What are the weaknesses of that formation?
It's difficult to every system has weaknesses, but what is important is that you play a system that suits the best the qualities of your team and of your players, and so that is the most important. And with Soldado and Adebayor, they have found a balance at the moment that suits well the team. They looked always dangerous at Manchester United, and that's certainly the pair that we'll have to keep quiet.
And finally, Mark.
Arsenal player you know well, obviously, Adebayor. Have you been amazed by the transition in a player that almost was certain to leave the club, has now come back in and has stolen the headlines?
What is amazing for him is how fit he was when he came back, how quickly he adapted to top level competition again. That is a player with special talent. I am in a good position to know that.
Do you think he was harshly treated?
I don't know. I don't want to interfere in that, it's not my problem.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.